Welcome to WP Theme Tutorial, episode 53. Today we're going to look at the hosting platform I use, which is WPEngine. I switched over to that from the Media Temple Grid server, mainly because the Media Temple Grid server, especially in the WordPress admin, was super slow. Like 5, 6, 10 seconds sometimes to get between different pages. What we're looking at here is my main site. It was actually curtisdev.ca. That's where my multi-site network is installed. You can see I have a bunch of different sites here, and they're domain mapped. One of the first features that really drew me to WPEngine was their staging environment. So you get to that by going to the WPEngine menu, and then you click staging, and it is literally as simple as copy site from live to staging. Go ahead. Now it's going to overwrite all the changes in my staging environment, which is awesome. Now, it actually even takes care of all the domain mapping. The first time I did this, I was actually worried. I was like, well, how am I going to have to go in there and turn off plugins manually and stuff? And it actually takes care of everything. We'll come back to this page in a second, and it'll actually have a link to our staging environment. Let's go to my WPEngine dashboard. And this is the dashboard. You see I've got 4 installs right now. SFN Design is a multi-site, as is the Mastermind one, although it's only running one site right now. And Western is a client, and FVWW is a personal kind of fun kayaking site I run. This is the dashboard. You can see we can look at our total views, and that's kind of how we're capping it. I'm halfway through, and the renewal point is today, so I'm not really sweating it. And if we go to our dashboard, you can see we have our FTP logins, which I guess you have the names of right now, but not the 72-character passwords, so I'm not really sweating it. And you can see our total transfer. Some of the coolest stuff is the backup points. It's going to grab a backup point every day for you. And every time you go in manually upgrade a plugin, it's actually going to say, hey, make sure you do a backup. And it'll give you a link right there to jump over to your backup. So calling a different backup is as simple as backup now. Screencast backup. Send it to, I guess you'll know my email now, which is already on my site, so whatever. And create backup. And that'll email me in a couple minutes telling me that there's a backup. It says this can take a while. My site's not that big. It's sort of about half a gig, so it's not too bad. Getting into our PHPMyAdmin is as simple as clicking PHPMyAdmin. We can browse our error logs if we want to debug stuff, which is generally a good idea. See, I've got 2 issues with 2012. I've never been here, so I didn't actually know that. We can deal with our redirect rules. One thing that caught me off guard with my install was that you need to also map the www domains. So what I first did was just mapped, we'll take this one, friesenelectricinstallations.ca, but I didn't map the www.friesenelectricinstallations.ca. So that meant my www versions were hitting the proper server, but WPEngine didn't know what to do with it, so it just sat there and did nothing. Now it domain maps and it points properly over to the proper domain that I want. That's one thing that caught me out of their documentation, where I didn't think their documentation was very clear. Adding a new site is literally as simple as clicking this button and you'll add a new site. So it takes a minute or two, and that's about it. We can jump to our WordPress admin, go to our backup points. You see we can get to anything fairly quick here. So the best thing is that it's killer fast. I love it. I'm not sure that I'd ever go back to anything outside of managed WordPress hosting. I've been here for about, I guess, a month now, and it's killer fast. Their hosting or their support is awesome. You can access your staging sites with Git, so you can version control everything, and then when you're ready, you can just push to your production, and it's not a problem. So it means I can eliminate Beanstalk from my personal setup at least, and Beanstalk would automatically push to my server based on what branch I had pushed to, so it allowed me to kind of version control my site. But with WPEngine, that makes it even easier. We'll go back and see if our staging area is set up. And it's set up, so I'm just going to open a new tab. And that's it. This is what my site looks like. So I'll go to, and to log in. So this is not going to get my, so I'm going to go to curtisdev.ca and grab my mu curtisdev. And this is a totally domain mapped, so if I want to grab any of my sites, let's go to WP theme tutorial, which is where this will be. We can go to dashboard. I find the staging site's a little slower. Remember, it's not doing any of the caching here, so it's going to be a little slower. There's nothing you can do about that. A huge SEO issue, so it's automatically blocking our robots and say, I know, don't bug me, but this is an exact copy of where my site sits now. Plugin updates needed and everything. And going to the site, that's it. So WPEngine, super awesome. If you're interested in more, you can see I've got a link in the sidebar that is totally an affiliate link. If you don't want to use it, just go to WPEngine and get their hosting. It is awesome. Thanks for watching.